So this is gonna be a very late review. It's what's today? The 30th of November, right? Forgetting the months, not forgetting what I'm going to talk about. This is going to be a Thanksgiving review, basically of my own Thanksgiving. So, it is what it is. You guys all have different ones, but leading up to Thanksgiving, first of all, I did not even, maybe I should have brought some water. I did not even think about Thanksgiving at all. I knew I was going to go to LA, and is this straight? Yeah, hopefully it's straight. I knew I was going to go to LA, but that was it, Pretty much my only plan was to get on a plane and go see my parents. That was it. It's the only thing. There was no hype up to it. There was no I'm excited I'm going to do this. I'm excited I'm going to do that. There was really none of that. It was just... For some reason, the later in the day, the more noisy it gets. It's very weird. Like in the middle of the day, it's not like this, but I had too much stuff to do. The point is, there was no hype. Very little hype this year, which was weird because last year there was a little bit, even though I wasn't even near, I was farther away from my parents than I was now. But no hype. I don't even feel the Christmas hype. Not really. Not too much. So leading up to it, not a lot of hype this year. I don't know if that's just I heard someone say it's the climate. Oh my God, it's the way life is now, fucking everything's terrible. So there's no, it doesn't even feel like Thanksgiving, doesn't even feel like Christmas, which I understand where people are coming from with that. But I do feel like if that is your take, then all you have in life is, I'm saying you might only have the holidays in your life to look forward to, because there's other stuff to look forward to, but not a lot of hype going into it. No special things happened during Thanksgiving. It was mid. My Thanksgiving was happy. Don't let me say it's not happy. It is happy. It was happy. I'm back now. I'm wearing this because I'm going to go get something to eat immediately after this. I'm starving. It's like 5 o'clock. I have nothing ready for dinner. I got stuff to do tomorrow. See, that's the whole season. I'm busy, and don't even talk about finals. But I've just been busy. And last year I wasn't as busy, but I didn't feel... I felt in the season, I felt in the season last year. And maybe that was because I was on the East Coast and it's colder and you kind of get more of that feeling, when it's colder. But it's still kind of cold. And you can still feel that feeling. I grew up in California. I feel, even though sometimes it was like 80 degrees from late October to mid-November, mid-December, I still felt the season. That's the difference, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people who grew up on the West Coast can feel that too. Unless you grew up in the desert, then you probably felt the cold a little more than people at the coast, California. I just didn't feel the season. So it's not the weather. A lot of people go, well, it's the weather, but it's not the weather. People, even people that live in fucking, where's that European country that gets 5 hours of excuse me for picking my nose. But the point is, it's not the weather. It's a factor of things. It's how you feel, because there's someone out there that feels that when you don't feel the season, there's someone out there that feels 100% the season and is excited and ready to go. And I just didn't feel that way. But again, not in a sad way. Just in a way of I just didn't feel it. I see the dates coming. I know I'm going to have to get on a plane, go see him. I know it's going to be good. There's going to be cooking. It just, I wasn't feeling it. So I got on the plane, right? First of all, San Francisco airport, super nice. You go in there on the subway. I got there on the yellow line, went right up, boom, boom, boom. Got my ticket, boarding pass, and then just easy. They had to do the stuff on my hands though, if you're making a bomb or some shit. Um, not or it. Yeah, I know for a fact because when I landed, my dad told me that. He was like, my stepdad. He told me, I go, they did this shit on my hands, and he goes, yeah, it's because they thought you were making a bomb before you went on the plane. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, that's odd. But because I had my wallet in my pocket, I had accidentally. But here's the thing. Okay, so I've been on many planes with that wallet. I haven't put anything new in my wallet. It doesn't go off because there's nothing metal in the wallet, right? It doesn't go off. But for some reason, it went off this time. Or I think the guy just saw it. I think that the point is, I think they did the. I think they were gonna do the bomb hands on my phone, on my hands, whether or not I had my wallet in my pocket or if I did remember to put it in the basket or not. I think they're going to do that anyway because it's just weird. I've gone through many airports, here overseas. Wait, with that wallet, have I been overseas? I used to have this Deadpool wallet that did have metal on it because it had Deadpool's face. I might put a picture. It had Deadpool's face. It was a cool wallet. It was just too thick. And once I became not a child and actually had to carry some stuff, it became like a useless wallet because it was just too thick. It's like a cartoon wallet. So I had to stop using that one. But oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think they're gonna do that to me no matter what. Which it is what it is. It's funny. Sometimes with my beard, I'll definitely get profiled more. If I have a big beard, I'll definitely get profiled more. Even though I look like this, except with less. I literally shaved. Also, if you see my bumps on my neck, every time I shave, I get at least 2 of these. So don't worry about that. You're not worried, but whatever. Yeah. So okay, got on the plane. I gotta remember this is a review. Got on the plane. Easy. Get on the plane, got there, got to where you sit. Very easy. Boom. Now, when I travel by myself, right, I like to not. Look at that. I like to not. I walk around. Like, if I'm with my family, they like to just, like, chill. Like, my mom doesn't like going far away from the terminal or, because she's, like, worried, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm by myself, I'm not a good flyer, right? I'm getting pretty nervous on planes. So I like to kind of walk around. I kind of pace. It's weird, but yeah, I'm one of those people that like to kind of like do a little pacing just because I get nervous on planes. So it's like I need to like, I don't know the word for it, but I need to like kind of move around a little bit. At least for not like I'm running around, but I like to go get a drink, kind of chill over here, and drinking, please. If I went to the bar with my mom, she'd hate it. So that's another thing. I can't drink when I'm traveling with my parents, but by myself, I gotta drink at the bar. It is what it is. It eases it eases my tension at least. So yeah, I'll do that sometimes. What else would I do? I'll just kind of, take a stroll, walk around, see the airport. So I didn't do that this time because of how late I was getting to the airport. I wanted to just sit. So I couldn't do that this time. But here's the thing about it, right? I had a couple edibles with me. And no, not with me in that moment. I had eaten them before I got in there. They were in my system. And the plane was a little late to take off. Right? So I'm sitting there going like this, waiting, a little late. And I'm looking, they haven't even boarded Group A yet. I'm like, and I'm feeling it, right? I'm like, and one thing I don't like to do is be high on takeoff. I like to already be high. That's why I eat them before I get there. I like to already be in it. Rising with takeoff, on the plane taking off scares me too much. It's odd, right? Takeoff and landing, I'm like relieved. Like a good takeoff, I'm like, I'm not nervous. I'm just like, oh, good, we took off. Then when they say, oh, we're starting to land, I'm like, oof, finally this plane ride's over. Those are the least scary parts about it. But to other people, it seems like those are the scariest parts about flying. But to me, it's like, don't you feel relief when the plane is like, ooh, coming down? But whatever. I can see it's getting bumpy. My thing is this, like, if the pilots talked more, the point is during the middle of the flight is where I get, from when the shakiness is happening and we're not going up or down, like landing or taking off, that's when I get nervous. But for some reason, it's the opposite with a lot of people. Sorry about my nose. If pilots were like, on there going, hey, we got some clouds coming, I think it made me feel better. It's just something about the not knowing. That's what's really good. It's like you don't know and when turbulence is going to happen, and when it does happen, you don't really know the severity that's about to come. Or if you're like done, if they're like, hey, obviously I know the seatbelt sign comes on, and you could actually, and here's, the weird part is this isn't on every plane I've been on, but when I was younger, I'm not even that old, but I feel like when I was young, I used to be able to plug in my headphones into the headrest and listen to the pilots talk. That was really cool. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't even tried that in a while, to be honest with you. But as a kid, I also didn't fly. I fly a lot of United and JetBlue now. JetBlue mostly if I could get it cheap, even if it's not cheap. I like JetBlue, and United's mid, but it's cheaper. Alaska's nice too. What was the point? Oh yeah, it might just be on JetBlue flights, but I swear as a kid, there was multiple times where I was traveling to New York. We used to go to New York a lot from LA. I could plug in and literally listen to the pilots talk. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's not a thing anymore. Maybe it's unsafe. I don't know. Unsafe though. You're in the air. You're past the point. I don't think it would be like a safety thing, but whatever. I actually just heard someone pulled out a knife, a blade, like a construction blade, like a replaceable construction blade. They just put it up to a woman's throat the other day on a plane. Someone did. Crazy. Not cool. Yeah. I don't know why. Don't do that during planes. People are already scared on planes. Like my mom, like freaks the fuck out on some. It's crazy, right? This last plane ride, some turbulence, but I was like over it quick. Like I almost didn't care anymore. I'm not gonna say like I'm immune to caring about turbulence anymore, like my brother, who fucking just is a robot, man. A complete robot. Sorry, my screen just went on screensaver, but I like to look at the levels as I do my video. But I mean, he's a fucking robot, dude. Ever since he was a kid. I mean, I've been in crazy turbulence with him. Let's just say that, right? Snowstorm, plane dropping hundreds of feet, the pilot coming on. We're gonna have to go around. I'll never forget that. Didn't care. I mean, this motherfucker is a robot. He also wants to work for the government. So he's a fucking robot. But so whatever. I got on the plane. Oh, okay. So they're starting to lift, right? The Erebales starting to lift, right? And I'm like, all right, hey, tick, 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 tick. Like, it's time. Like, it's literally time for us to take off. And they haven't done Group A. I'm like, all right, great. Right when I think that, they go, okay, Group A. I'm like, okay, finally. I'm in Group D. Group 5. When I get my money up, I'll be in Group A. Don't worry. Man. I've never been in Group A in my life. I've never been in fucking Group A in my fucking life. I'll get there one day, though. So, I'm in Group 5. Back of the plane. Behind the wing. It is what it is. Listen, I'm getting there. A lot of people don't. Here's the craziest part. We hear about all this travel. A lot of people don't even fucking travel in this country, which is the craziest part. You should look up the numbers of how many people fly a year. It's like 3. The average is like 3 times a year, which is crazy to me. I'm doing more than 3 flights in 2 months. So, yeah, it's crazy to me. I guess if you live close to your people, your family, then it's fine. But it's crazy to me. I mean, I take whatever. So, and I'm freaking out on the plane, and they're fucking people that don't even go on planes. I met a girl who was 24 years old, not even, she hasn't even been out the state on a plane. I said, really? She's like, I've driven to Vegas before. And I'm looking at her like, damn, what? And she's like, and you would never have guessed this. So there are people out there that like legit don't travel. They just stay close, which is, I would love to stay close, but there's nothing close. You're not gonna get anywhere staying close. You're not gonna explore the world staying close. You know, even a trip down to fucking Mexico just to have fun. Not now, maybe not recently. A woman just died in Mexico from her friends though. Her friends beat her up. It was a crazy story. So the edibles are hitting, right? I'm going up pretty high. And I'm like, all right, you're right, and they're rising, right? But the groups are going quick because they know that they're late. So that's good. When an airline knows that they're late, they're kind of like, we're sorry, we know. So they're getting up there, right? And group 5 came quick. Not a big plane, by the way, because it's just, San Fran to LA. So not a big plane. And they're going. And as I walk up, the lady looks at me like she didn't look at anyone else before in line and goes, carry on? I go, no, just my backpack. She goes, and this is weird. She goes, did you have a carry on? And I didn't even know how to answer. I was like before I got here to this moment to get on the plane, I was like, but I didn't say that. I was like, no. They're like confused. No one's ever asked me. I mean, remember, this is the woman I'm about to sit down on the plane. So that was odd to me. I was like, okay, no. So she goes, oh, okay. Walk, boom, boom, boom. Get on the plane, right? And now they're really hitting at this point. And, everyone's putting their stuff on. I have my backpack, right? Just a backpack. And it's like medium big. It's like close to being too big to really keep between my legs. But it's not a long flight. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. And so the lady who asked me that walks down, right, as we're like we're taxiing. She's like, can you please put your stuff after this next plane goes, we're gonna go, so they're like, I forget to, right, because I'm rising, I'm like almost there, at the precipice, peaking. So she gets on, I see her, and she's like looking, making sure everyone has their seatbelts on, everything's good. And I have my seatbelt on, but I forget to put my backpack under the seat. Right, and I'm just staring out the window. And thankfully, it was such a small plane, and it was like the middle of the week flight. No one was to the left of me. It's two seats. No one was to the left of me. And so I go, no, I'm just sitting there, and I'm staring out the window, right? Just like petrified at this point. And so, the sun is really going down. That's okay. So I'm really petrified at this point. Of nothing, really. When you're in that state, you're not really scared of anything. It's just like your mind is like, what could happen? See, again, this is why I need to be this high when I'm in the air, not while I'm on the ground taxiing. I start freaking out. So we start taxiing. She comes around, blah, blah, blah. She's looking, double take on me. Right? Again, like she's walking down the plane. So imagine she's looking like this. She's looking left at me. I'm sitting forward though, like this. She looks and she goes, your bag? I go, huh? I'm like, look, huh? She goes, your bag needs to go in the seat. And there was a good 3 seconds where I didn't recognize what she had said, and we just stared at each other. And in that moment, I go, oh my God, this is the lady that I was like, oh my God, this is the lady that just told me she's going to think I'm like doing something with this bag. She's like already asking me about my thing. So I go, again, no one here. She's right here. And I clearly heard her the first time, but not really. Because again, I am really here. Because when you're at that height, let's just say, words are, unless someone shakes you and tells you, hey, look at that, when you're at that level, the words are just like in a what are they called, when they pick the winning numbers, words, when people tell you words and you're that high, they just go in and people you have no idea what people said, and so she goes, you're back, and I go, oh shit, and then I realize I'm on a plane. Okay, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And then she gives me the most suspicious look I've ever gotten from a flight attendant ever. She was like, and then walked away. And now my mind, after we were done taxiing and the engines are revving up, I go, it's fine, right? It's fine. We get up in the air, everything's good, bouncy, very bouncy. We have to get through clouds, right? So, middle of the flight, everything's good. I'm okay. I'm getting better. She comes with a drink, right? We get one drink because it's a short flight, and this lady comes up to me and goes, what do you want to drink? And then she's so sassy. She goes, oh, watch out for that bag. Again, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, what? She's obsessed with this bag. I'm like, and now I'm thinking, I hope I get off this plane okay when I land. Like, I hope she didn't like signal something weird, because my bag just has my laptop, right? Oh, I forgot to say, when I was doing the whole check-in thing, they made me take everything out, even though they said you don't. In the beginning, they said you don't have to take everything out your bag, just put it through. That's clearly what they said, clearly that's what they said. And again, the edibles hadn't even hit at this point. I'm just like, everything's good, you're fine. I come out, the guy is looking through my bag. I had some food, but you could bring food. That's not a problem. And he's looking through it. He goes, can you open this for me? I go, my bag that just went through there? And he goes, yeah, see, yes, this bag. I go, okay. And again, they did the things on my hands going. Remember, this is all going. Back, I'll save you the story of going back. Completely fine. Good. Perfect. Nothing happened. And I did it sober. Taps, hat off to me. Even though there was a long time when I was a kid, I used to fly sober. Something happened between 16 and whatever age I am now, to where I can't fly. I can't fly if I'm not sober. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, they go, take out your laptop. And I go, oh, they said everything can go there. He goes, yeah. Take out your laptop. I go, okay. So I'm already having in my head that, like, so that freaked me out. Just an overall weird experience. They didn't turn the lights off, even though it was a late night flight. They had the light on the whole time. I'm like, I was kind of freaking out on that plane. But everything's good. We landed. I had a good Thanksgiving with my family. I'm going back for Christmas for a little longer to help out my mom, my stepdad. He's going to put up some lights. He's too old to put up lights, but he's going to anyway. I'm going to have to help him with that. He's going to ask me not to, but I'm going to have to force him to let me, because you can't. He's getting too old. You can't just go up on the roof and put up lights anymore, old man. I can't. I don't know why he thinks he can. You can't, you can't. He already had an accident with his head. He was chopping down a thing on a tree. Fucking branch hit his head, which had nothing to do with his age, really. Even, that was just a chance thing. But it's insane. You guys are too old. Once you get in your 60s, let me help you. He refuses help. But I will help him, and that's why I'm going early, because I know they need help. I'll help them with some stuff. Yeah, good Thanksgiving. You know what? I should call this plane ride review. Or no, fuck it, Thanksgiving review. Plane ride review. I did a lot on planes. I might do plane ride review. Thanksgiving flight review. Okay, that's good. Thanksgiving's in the title. People might click on it. Thanksgiving flight review. Yeah, with United. All right. Thanks for listening.